I'm playing Indie World, and I'm hosting a run, so I said I was distracting 3 times. The 3 times I said ABC for Brogo and Long Run, I distract. Yeah. And then this Louie wants to start distracting. So if you guys like see him in your runs and stuff, don't let him join because he does not care. If he has distracting trinkets on, he will literally try and distract and try to gaslight you into thinking that you never said you were distracted. And I have proof because I can capture moments even if I wasn't recording. So I got the whole thing where I said I was distracting. And then me telling him that I was distracting before we were in the elevator in the lobby buying our stuff. And then even after the first floor, I kept saying he wasn't distracting. I was. I even have like half the lobby except for Bassy because Bassy was probably not reading. So I'm recording because if I get banned, I'm gonna give this like Roblox and stuff because there is no way if he reported me for like bullying or something because I reported him for bullying because honestly I don't like it when people do that because like it's so annoying and it ruins the game for everyone else who actually wants to try and get to a high floor because we just lost 3 people. One of them was probably the Louis, and if it was, I'm happy with that because I didn't want him to like still be alive and stuff, but I wasn't gonna grief him because I already know the whole ordeal on griefing. We lost V, Louis, and Roger. Okay. Who's this? See, even Coco gets it. Coco understands that I am the original and not the other Louis. Because the distinguishing factor about me, even on my alt account where I have all the tunes from over summer, everybody I've ever played with on that account knows me for being either Pebble or Louis. Because I'm always distracting. Because whenever I extract, the distractor is not the best. But they're probably like just getting into distracting or they like don't know how stats work and stuff. And that's one of the biggest factors on why I distract because since I've played this game for like a year, over summer I actually took the time to learn how to play the game instead of just playing it for fun and not really wanting to know how, which gave me time to actually understand that stealth is one of the most important factors. So if you have twisted with stealth lower than you or the same, you don't want to distract near them, but like and there's also different roles on Twisted, like Nightlights, supports, and some tunes better for extracting, but they could be a distractor like Yada or Gordy. Um, or Twisteds that are better for distract but could extract, like Louie and Tisha, for their 4-star skill check and their 4-star movement speed. Or Louie is a good distractor because you get faster for every heart you lose, leading up to a 60% speed boost, which is equivalent to 5 stars, meaning he's as fast as Pebble. No, he's even faster than Pebble on 1 heart. So, yeah. And it's like, Yada, if I were to go over to Yada and walk past, that would be considered grieving because stealth is the same and I walked past her. Now, if you're a starter and you didn't understand how stealth works or like recording and you're like talking, not paying attention, or you're literally new and you're still recording, or yeah, and you're like trying to like talk and distract at the same time, but you're not used to it yet, and you're like, and you accidentally hit them because you're new and you don't know how stealth works, then honestly, that is like one of the only times it would be okay. But grieving is still grieving, and unless it's a death run, I don't stand for grieving. I really need to get it. Oh, Bassi left. I feel like somebody's gonna be like, "How do you know Bassi?" Oh, so Pebble have the eject button. Bro, go in your rooms. But one thing I hate about not knowing what the twisters are and who the twisters are is that there could be a Scraps, Goob, or Sprout waiting somewhere. Like I'm still waiting for like a Shrimpo Twisted to get to me because I'm on one heart and I don't have a bandage. This is why I don't like distracting on one heart unless there's a Pebble, and even if Pebble and V, I usually have medkits and bandages to distract them with, so it's easier and I don't die on that floor. But I feel like it would be a lot more difficult on one heart trying to like stay out of like V's ability buff thing or debuff so you can still keep like your speed, because without the speed, Pebble can easily get to you because you have slowness 2, and Finn gives slowness 3 as well as Roger, so that's something to look out for. And while it is possible to get floor of all mains, it's highly rare, but it's not as rare for a floor of non like non aggrable uh not aggressive players. So it'd be easier. I don't know. Although it is easy to get like R and D, Roger, and Connie on the same floor, or like Glisten and them on the same floor. It's rare, but it's more rare for like all mains, and it would be difficult if you do have all mains. I'm so confused. Okay, as long as I don't get twisted GG, that's fine. Distracted and got me on one. Oh, it's Connie. I was so scared. I saw the tapes, but I didn't hear the aggro thing. Like that when they have the eye on you and then it makes that sound. Yeah, I was so confused because I thought a Twisted was going after me, and I might have gotten hit if they're actually. I like to use as many items as possible just to refill my popcorn. Okay, Coco, I know for a fact has 4 stealth because Coco and Bassi are like the same type of tune. Like Bassi and Coco walk the same. Um, they have the same, almost the same exact stats, except only difference is Bassie's a main, and in the Oliver lore, Bassie wasn't supposed to be the main, and Bassie found out. Kind of like how Gordy was trying to remember his parents, but he couldn't. Um, yeah, so like Bassie found out that she wasn't going to be the main, but they decided to make her the main because something about Coco wasn't good enough. I don't know the full lore in full detail, but that's what I would know equivalently to the one stamina. Okay, Pebble is AFK, and Coco said Prime. Honestly, I like lobbies where everybody can like talk freely and just like joking around, and then the second somebody says something serious, they automatically like get it and like yeah. I don't like lobbies like how this one was earlier, where there's one person in the wrong and somebody defends them. It's honestly annoying and it really ruins the game for almost everybody. Because one time, I was playing as Glisten because why not? I just wanted to like play as Glisten. So we had a pretty good distractor. We had R&D and Connie on one floor, and there was this scraps. So there was a Connie in the thing doing the machine, or no, pretty sure it was a Brightney or a Connie. I don't remember though. And the scraps kept running in R&D when people were in there. So I kept saying, "Scraps, stop running in R&D." So when they did it the like third time, because they already got me hit and I had to use a med kit. So when I finally addressed it and told them to stop, um, the Connie that got hit was getting mad at me for doing it. So then the whole thing was just boring. And then there was like three people defending Connie, but the whole and almost the whole lobby was defending me. Because why would it make sense for me to tell somebody else to stop if I did? I mean, like, pinning the blame on somebody else, yeah, makes sense for some people, but, like, I don't think I or anybody I know would really do that, especially any of my friends, because if me and my friends are in a lobby, they're going to say, oh, it was me. And it's not going to be like, oh, why would you do that? I'm not going to play this game with you anymore. It's going to be, like, civilized, because, like, okay, it's probably just a joke. And honestly, it's annoying when you're like talking to somebody and then somebody gets offended from what you said, but you didn't mean to offend them, and then they just like start going wild and ballistic, which honestly also ruins the game. And it's like all Quelliver isn't really getting these addressed. I don't know how Quelliver would fix these bugs, but I mean like they're not being addressed, and like most of the people that really have like that do something about it, they mostly are recording or they start recording to like show what's going on. And it's honestly sickening how people don't read the run before you start. Because I was watching a video because I like Dandy's World and I was really, really into Dandy's World like over summer. That's all I played. So I was watching a video and it was a death run video because I wanted to know what a death run was. And when I checked, oh, it's just three of us. So when I checked and it said, and I was like watching the video, it was a video of somebody who was hosting a death run that necessarily was going to get reported because they were grieving someone. And they said in the run constantly that it's a death run, as you're supposed to. And when they're in elevator picking up their tunes before this update where you could buy stuff in the intermission, um, they're like picking out their tunes and stuff, um, their trinkets, and after that, um, they said it like four more times. You would think they would get the idea and like understand that it's a death run. But the whole time they were like saying how they're gonna report you, how they're gonna get banned for grieving, and it was honestly kind of like mesmerizing how ignorant people can be sometimes, and it really just got me thinking about like how some people can't comprehend certain things to a certain extent because they don't really understand it. Like earlier when I was talking about stats, people don't really understand it fully, so they can't like fully understand how to distract because most of fan base, most of pros in a server, they understand how stamina works, but like most of the newbies, not trying to call anybody new, but the new people in the rookies, they don't get it. It's mostly the intermediate to advanced pro players that have been playing for a while or like understood the game by like reading the rules and stuff. It's mostly them that understands how things work in games like these. Because in games like these, you have to understand like almost every single mechanic, like the heart mechanic, the trinket mechanic, the item mechanics, and the sticker wheel. It's good to have, but it's only if like get to elevator and on last, they go hand in hand. So you really don't need to have that. So then Pebbles back, perfect. We can pop last now, and I'm right here. This is good, and then Passy left. Wait, that was so cool. Uh, I had to mute for a second, but honestly, this run could have been so much better had Louis not done that, because then we wouldn't have lost that many people. And that floor over there, we would have been off of it. We would be probably on floor 16 by now with like 8 machines, 10 machines. And the most amount of machines I think I've ever had was 12 on floor 24. And honestly, I just like when the run is non toxic, a free space to vent whenever you want. Like, you could say the most cringe thing, and somebody's gonna be like, and they're just gonna like hit you with a meme. Like, they're just gonna start quoting memes right after, and it's gonna be funny. Like, it could be like offensive to one person because they might take it as rude because the meme sound was rude. But honestly, it's like just when the whole run is laughs and giggles, it's so fun. And honestly, quite better than any other run I've ever been in. But when it's a run for like world records, like the run for longest for the highest score ever achieved in Dandy's world, I'm pretty sure it was like 3,000 or something, like 1,000. But I was watching that video as well because I just like, yeah. Um, and as I was watching the video, it was pretty much like five shellies, one sprout, and two pebbles. Is that right? Six. Yeah, which is actually one of the most accurate thing because the shellies boost each other, and the two pebbles duo distract, and then the sprouts just a healer, so they get primary heals, which is part of the reason why, if I'm not distracted, I'll play healer. Even as a distractor, you still get primary heals unless there's a healer, because then the healer will get primary heals, and then you get secondary. And then if there's a Bassy can pick them up like at any point in time. And I just love how Pebble's like taking the twisteds off of me. Whenever it's at a deep panic mode. Honestly, it's like one of the best displays of like trust ever. Take it. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, we're all here. Oh, why'd I hit that button? I meant to hit everybody at elevator. Ooh. I want suppression, honestly. And honestly, I love it. I personally take it when ow, um, I personally love it when people don't choose which card until like the distractor or the host chooses, because like the distract like when the one time there was the one for the lights. Okay, I'm just gonna like run around the map real quick and die because in honor of Pebble. But I'm gonna feel bad for Yana after. So, um, AirPods. I asked his feet for a bandage. Oh, 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 oh. Ow, that hurts. Well, that's all for this video. I will be posting it to my YouTube soon, and it's not gonna be edited. I'm not gonna edit like any parts of it out, so it's gonna be like a whole uncut video for like 30 minutes to like an hour. So, have a good day.